Hey, what's up? How you doing this afternoon? So, yes, I'm tardy. I'm 4 minutes tardy. Please excuse me for that. I don't have a good excuse. Well, yeah, actually, no, yeah, I do. I was looking for the press conference. So this is crazy. What do you guys think about this? Let me make this continue watching while you're okay. We're gonna do there. We want full screen like that. Hey Arctic, how are you doing? Okay, let's make sure we have
Good afternoon, everybody.
There we go.
Welcome to the Frank and Pam Bearfield Training Center. I'm Captain Keith Sescaliba with the Hoover Police Department, and we're here today to provide you with the latest update in the Carlee Russell investigation. Joining me at the podium today will be Police Chief Nick Durzis, followed by Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall. Chief Durzis will make a prepared statement. After Chief Durzis' statement is over with, Attorney General Marshall will also offer a few comments. Once that is completed, both gentlemen will return to the podium and you guys will have an opportunity to ask questions. With that, I will turn it over to Chief Durzis.
Can everybody hear it okay?
Thank you, Captain. Good afternoon. Earlier today, Hoover Police detectives obtained warrants for the arrest of Carlee Russell through the Hoover Municipal Court for her actions related to faking her kidnapping and subsequently making false statements to detectives as they investigated this case. Her decisions that night created panic and alarm for the citizens of our city and even across the nation as the concern grew that a kidnapper was on the loose using a small child as bait. Numerous law enforcement agencies, both local and federal, began working tirelessly not only to bring Carlee home to her family, but locate a kidnapper that we know now never existed. Many private citizens volunteered their time and energy into looking for a potential kidnapping victim that we know now was never in any danger. This story opened wounds for families whose loved ones really were victims of kidnappings, some of which even helped organize searches in hopes they could find Carlee's alive so her family would not experience the pain and suffering that they felt when their loved ones never returned home. As we know, actions can have consequences, and that's why we're here today. This afternoon, Carlee Russell, with the assistance of her attorney, turned herself into the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges: false reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor, $1,000 bond; falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond. Each of these charges carry up to a year in jail and potential fine of $6,000 upon conviction. Ms. Russell was released from jail after posting bond. We initially presented this case to District Attorney Lanice Washington, who agreed to handle prosecution through district court. After consulting with the Circuit Court of Jefferson County Bessemer Division, the case was referred back to municipal court for charging because the only applicable charges were misdemeanors. Judging from the amount of phone calls and emails that we've received from people all over the country, I know many are shocked and appalled that Ms. Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors, despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused. Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration, but existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed. I can tell you that I will be contacting our state legislatures on behalf of law enforcement in Montgomery and asking them to look at this law applied to these facts and urge them to add an enhancement to current legislation when somebody falsely reports kidnapping or another violent crime. Because of the attention this case has garnered, we've requested Attorney General Steve Marshall's office adopt this case, and they've agreed to do so. The Hoover Police Department wants to thank everyone that assisted us from the beginning and continues to assist us in this case as we work its way through the criminal justice system. Joining me at the podium today is State of Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall.
Thank you, Chief. Let me begin by commending Hoover Police Department Chief Durzis for his leadership in this investigation. Obviously, this captured many's attention as a result of not only the allegations themselves, but also the concern about a possible victim and being able to return her home. The work that was done by the Hoover Police Department was monumental in its lift, and the results of that work you are seeing come to fruition today with the charges that have been levied. Also want to commend the many other men and women of both state and federal law enforcement for their work collaboratively with the Hoover Police Department in assisting in this investigation. Chief, appreciate the opportunity to be able to partner with you in this prosecution. We will dedicate a team to be able to help the city of Hoover in handling these two individual charges and look forward to bringing this case to fruition. One thing I would add is that we don't see this as a victimless crime. There are significant hours spent, resources expended as a result of this investigation. And not only that, but the many men and women who are civilians that wore those yellow vests on a hot afternoon and evening looking for someone they thought was abducted, trying to be of assistance. We intend to fully prosecute this case and look forward to working with the Hoover Police Department moving forward. We also would tell you that we will continue to monitor this investigation to determine whether or not there are any additional charges that need to be brought, and we'll evaluate those as the facts are presented.
Thank you. All right, at this time, we'll open the floor to questions. If you'll please raise your hand and identify yourself and your affiliation when I call on you.
I'm CBS 42. This question for Mr. Attorney General. What is it about this case?
To the level to where it was a case that you wanted to take on?
We handle cases across the state. We have jurisdiction throughout for both misdemeanors and felonies. And when Chief Durgis asked for our assistance, we were more than happy to be able to assist.
Is it common for you all to be involved in misdemeanors like a case like this?
It's not uncommon.
Right here.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610.
He's trying to get out of there.
Chief, this question is for you.
Yes.
What time was Carlee arrested with her attorney, and has she made bail?
She has. She was processed in our facility within the past hour.
Do you expect any charges to be forthcoming with her parents, or is this just all on Carlee at this point?
At this point, and again, I think anything is, all as the Attorney General said, their team will also be searching through our files, and we'll find out what they say.
Carol.
Carol Robinson with AL.com. Have you, since we spoke last in the press conference, been able to retrace where she was during the 49 hours she was missing, and have you determined if she was with anyone else during that time?
We have not found anything out on either one of your two questions.
Right here.
Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 News. Has there been any decision about a possible civil suit against Carlee and or her family?
That's what I was wondering.
Have on Hoover Police Department filing a suit, have on criminal cases as well?
Yeah, we have not discussed that. Of course, we talked about the hours of overtime and all the significant resources that we used. And we'll certainly be talking to the Attorney General's office about possibly getting some of those funds returned to us.
Ooh-wee.
Chief Secretary WBTM 13. In an earlier press conference, she outlined some items she had taken from her employer. Any potential theft charges for that?
Those would have taken place in another jurisdiction, so we would not have charges ourselves.
Carlee Russell, WBRC. Chief, do you mind repeating one more time for us?
Sure. False reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor with $1,000 bond. Falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond.
Chief, I know you mentioned this.
Only $1,000 bond.
I was wondering if you have any update on an idea of the cost that the Hoover Police Department expended in those 48, 49 hours Carlee Russell was missing. And one final question, do you at this point have any more information if Carlee Russell acted alone or anyone helped her?
Yeah, we have not finished, obviously, the 49 hours. We've been certainly busy since her return, so I still don't have a total on that, and we don't have any idea where Carlee Russell was for 49 hours.
Right here.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610. Chief, let me ask you this. Going forward, there's been a lot of concern in the community as per young Black and brown females being reported missing. Would Hoover and other agencies have the same fervor going forward as they did with the
Hey,
case of
Dutch.
Carlee Russell?
Absolutely. This, as I said initially, our focus was bringing Carlee home, and she got home. And then our focus has been to find out if there was a kidnapping. We find out there's not. We work every case like all of the law enforcement does. So I don't have any concern anywhere that would be an issue.
And can I echo what Chief said? I've been in law enforcement for 27 years, law enforcement throughout this state. I've never seen anybody interested in the color of your skin in investigating a criminal case. And I expect, regardless of your gender, your race, when that report is filed, that Alabama law enforcement is going to do its job.
That's a nice thought, but it doesn't always happen like that,
Say
sir.
that she arrived to the jail today, and is she seeking any help at this point in time?
I was not there, so I really can't tell you exactly, and I really don't know anything else.
Marcia J. Robinson, WBRC Chief. What are next steps after this? What is going to happen next?
Well, right now, the Attorney General's office attorneys will start dealing with our detectives and going through case files and preparing prosecution, I presume.
Thank you guys very much.
Will y'all be releasing a mugshot?
Yes, we will momentarily.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. Okay. Golly gee. All right, so what do you guys think? Yes, Jessica, that made me giggle too, I have to admit. I wonder though if they are going to let the public know at some point when they do figure out the estimated cost of the resources that they used in the search for Carlee. I bet it is astronomical. And what do you guys think about the charges? I know what Arctic thinks. Hi, Jean. How are you? Good to see you. Hey, guys, if you haven't already, will you hit the thumbs up on your way in or out? It really helps the channel. I would appreciate it. But anyway, so I know some people are arguing, as you know, it is true that Carlee must have some mental health things going on. However, that doesn't take away from the fact that she needs to be held accountable for her actions. So like, yeah, I hope she gets help, but she still will have to pay the consequences. I just don't know how, I mean, I don't know the, how much money she has, but I know I don't have that kind of money in my back pocket. Yeah, I think it's a slap on the wrist too. But it sounds like they charged her with everything they possibly could. So it's interesting that they're handing the case over. Maybe that guy will come up with something else. And it's, laws vary so much from state to state. So I have no idea. Arctic. I'm more nuts than Snickers. You don't see me. I know. It's bad. It's really bad. Like, I'm not saying that is the sole reason why she did it, but you can't be obviously in your right mind to do something like that. So who knows if she can be helped? I don't know. It sounds like more of a personality disorder, in my opinion, with the information that I know, which is not very much. I'm just saying. Just put my 2 cents in there. You know what I mean? Hi, Elizabeth. Good to see you. Did you see the press conference? Here's some of the highlights. These are her 2 misdemeanors. False reporting, just in general, is what I heard, and false reporting an incident. So 2 measly misdemeanors, which each could be up to a year in jail, but she's out on $1,000 bond. Estimated cost of resources expended, unknown. But I bet they're going to know at some point, and I really wonder if they're going to tell us. Okay, Jessica, is that what happened? Because I honestly, all I've heard about this case is that she was supposedly missing, and then they found out it was all a crock of shit. So that's all I know. So was there a cheating thingamajig and she had like a breakdown over that? Hey, Chris, how are you? Good to see ya. $1,000 for each charge. I don't know. It probably was. I just know she is out on bond. But yeah, it probably was $1,000 each. So if it's $1,000 each, then don't they only have to put up like 10% of it or something? Did she get out on $200? Oh my God. Oh, her boyfriend cheated on her. My boyfriend cheated on me. I'm heartbroken. So I am going to pull a ruse over the entire country. Yeah, that's not adding up. Oh, is she? Okay. Okay. Elizabeth said she needs to serve time. So I don't really know if there's too much more to say. She's getting off with a slap on the wrist. Well, we'll see what she ends up serving, though. I'm sure we'll be hearing about that too. And it's good because people need to know, there needs to be a message sent out to everyone that you can't do that shit. I mean, we all know we're not supposed to do that, but what I'm saying is they need to make an example of her so that if somebody else gets this bright idea, maybe they'll think twice. I know, Chris, you would think, but it's from what it sounded like, that's all they were able to charge her with. But somebody asked, one of the reporters asked, would there be a civil suit? And that's where money would be involved, her having to pay back. So, and they did say that they were going to try to get some of it back. Arctic. Yeah, so far it's a weak message. So far. But I think, like I said, I think based on the laws of Alabama, I think they charged her with whatever they could. I mean, I don't know what else they could charge her with. I'm charging her with being an asshat. My mom says asshat all the time. It cracks me up every time. I agree. Yep. That's the thing too, is people get emotionally invested, like a bunch of creators were posting about her case and getting really, we get really into these things. We get emotionally invested. And then for people, especially for people who get emotionally invested because they've experienced a loved one going missing, that's even worse. Every time you're taking them through that experience again, those same emotions. And so for her to just play games like that, it's nasty. It's nasty. Who's Captain Fancy? Is that a YouTuber? I like that name, Captain Fancy. So we'll see what happens, guys. I heard something. Oh, that was his name is Captain Fancy? Oh. Sorry, that I just really love that name. It doesn't sound real. It sounds like a cartoon or something. Hi, Kelly. I'm glad to be back. I'm sorry that you were worried, but I was getting my life back together. Getting my life back together. There should be a song about it, huh? Libby got her life back together. Yes, Libby got her life back together. Too much dismay of the others. Libby got her life back together. And that's all I have to say about that. Pass it on. But yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say about that press conference. They asked some good questions. I wish they had some better answers. He gets the nickname Captain Fancy because of the pimp suits. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. No more Barney on the swing, Kelly. Change in laws countrywide with major fine. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. And maybe that'll happen. Because they did make mention of that. Yep, it would have to be federal law. I can't believe we already don't have something like that on here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Charlotte and surrounding area is falling apart with our missing young and young adults. Oh. Has anyone heard anything, any updates about Sophia and Mateo Van Dam? I have not looked today, but as of yesterday, I didn't see any new information. And I still want to know if the boyfriend is out of jail yet. Anybody know? Anybody know? Going once, going twice, going thrice. Well, guess what, guys? I get to put my sleuth hat on tonight because I am going to one of those murder mystery dinner shows. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. And it's Italian food. So that'll be yummy too. What have y'all got on? Blah, 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 blah. What have y'all got going on for the weekend? That's what I was trying to say. I love you too, Kelly. Okay. Well, Jessica, if you're interested in knowing, I do have a video about it. It's a 20-year-old mom and her 2-year-old son. Really, Elizabeth? That's crazy. That's messed up. I wonder if you can in South Carolina too. I've never. Why do you know that, Elizabeth? Do you have a little cemetery in your backyard? Okay, thank you, Arctic. The last update on Mateo was the 17th. Okay. Ooh, happy birthday. Happy belated, Jessica. Recovering. That sounds like you had a good time. Oh, you do? You have a little animal cemetery in your backyard? Aw. Do you know that I've never had a pet pass away? Never. And I've had a lot of pets. So let's see. I've had a couple get lost or run away. And then I've had, like, when we moved from up north to South Carolina, we had a couple of cats and we gave them to people who had a farm. So they went to live there. We didn't bring them across the country with us. So I imagine that they were just happy running free on the farm. I hope they were. And then my two dogs, they're getting old. They're 10 and 11 now, or are they 11 and 12? Well, I know they're a year apart anyway. And then I got my little one here, my little emotional support dog here, whose name is Prince. Oh, you foster and rescue. Okay. No, Elizabeth, for real. They really, really went to a farm. I promise. If you want to hear a funny pet story, go to Pretty Sweet Pea or Sweet Pea. I don't know. She did a live about my story of my mom's cats, and it's hysterical. She did a really good job on it. If you haven't seen that before and you want a good laugh, you should check it out. I have missed your smart ass. Yeah, the ghost cat. That's what I'm talking about. The ghost cat didn't die though. And then Chris, I don't know if you knew this, but the other cat, not the ghost cat, not Snicky, but the other one ran away shortly after that. And we haven't seen her since. Didn't find her on the road or anything like that. So my mom chooses to believe that she went to live in a nicer house, which I find so funny. She went to go live with another nice family. Oh, really, Arctic? Yeah, my little Prince, he's a pretty good boy. I say pretty good because once in a while he takes a poo where he shouldn't. And when he gets mad at me, and he gets mad at me when I leave him alone. When my mom needs a cat, you can, okay. Okay. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up. We're coming up on 30 minutes. I don't know what to say anymore other than have a great weekend, and we will see what ends up happening with Carlee Russell. I really hope that she has learned her lesson, and I hope that other people thinking of doing some dumb shit like that will think twice. But I will keep you posted, and I will see you in the YouTube streets. Have a blessed day. Love y'all. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.